love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love goes, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah.
All deep once again. My heart is waking. It hurts when you lie all the time. Can't feel anymore. Feels numb when I die. Restart me again and again. Your love, the ghost of me. Been waiting, waiting for the light. Won't say goodbye. Won't close my eyes and die. I'm waking, waking, give me life. The ghost of me, of me.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. For all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love goes, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah.
All deep once again. My heart is waking. It hurts when you lie all the time. Can't feel anymore. Feels numb when I die. Restart me again and again. Your love, the ghost of me. Been waiting, waiting for the light. Won't say goodbye. Won't close my eyes and die. I'm waking, waking, give me life. The ghost of me, of me.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love goes, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah.
Hey guys, what's happening? What's happening? What's going on, y'all? What's happening? What y'all doing? What's been going on? Tell you what, these YouTube streets are strong today. Coming in hot today, coming in hot. Atlanta Truth and Transparency went and did a FOIA on the court paperwork. What do you know? What do you know? You guys, guess what came back? You nailed it. Not what she said happened, that's for sure. KNS, thank you so very much for dropping 20 memberships. It really helps the chat. So if you guys get one, make sure you tell them thank you. We have a very gracious community, a very giving community. So stitching with the sisterlies, dropping 10 memberships on us. Look at y'all coming in hot today. Regina and friends dropping 5 of them on us. Trina Feynman for 27 months. Hello, Queen. I love your channel. And Miss KNS with 20 of them. You guys lighting the chat up green today. Go ahead, Beatty. Go ahead. What a day. She's a loser. Yes, they're very nice midnight shenanigans. Our bumbles definitely take care of our other bumbles. Just got home from work. Regina, we waiting on you. QB got my, what is this? What is this? What's a Pib Nicky? Out on my cup, ready to fill it. I don't know what that is, babe. Please pray or send thoughts for my sister-in-law. She's in the hospital and going to pass anytime soon. Please help her on her final journey. Oh, Hartley, I'm so sorry to hear that, love. We will definitely be saying prayers and positive vibes. We have the most amazing community. Prove me wrong. I know that's right, Just Murray. We really do. We really do. We have amazing bumbles. They're very giving. They're very gracious. It's a very good community. Very understanding. What'd you guys think about Joe Schmo coming up here last night? Talking about moving closer and closer and closer to Christina until they finally were able to call the police. What'd y'all think about that? Well, guess what? They're over there spilling some more hot tea. because the hearing did not go as Lauren claimed it did. Brandy Wine said, I send a membership, but government is shut down. No pay, but still working. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. That's really shitty as fuck. I'm sorry that's still going on for those of you guys that it's affecting. And don't worry about sending memberships, baby. If you're working and not getting paid, don't you worry about no memberships. Don't you worry about that. I appreciate you though, love. I know you guys got to take care of home first. Take care of you first, baby. You know that. I appreciate you just being here, hitting the thumbs up, showing love. That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? Yeah, the more Joe talked, the more got leaked. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it wasn't a very good look at all. I think they set her up, and that's just my opinion. But I think she was. They set her up, and they damn near might have, did that to him as well. You know what I mean? And he didn't even see it coming and didn't know. But oh, I know you do, Brandy. Don't worry about it, baby. You're always here. Like I said, you're always supportive, and I appreciate it. Just hit the thumbs up button, commenting, hyping videos. You know what I mean? It's all interaction. It's all interaction, and it all helps with your channel. I mean, you know. It's all engagement, baby. Any engagement is good engagement. You know that. Miss Hartley, again, I'm so sorry about your sister-in-law, and I hope she does have a pain-free journey home. Sing Burning It Down. We might, you know what? We're going to end up singing that because we got to go over a couple things at BJ's later. I heard she had quite a bit to say the other night. Regina and Friends Crime Chat dropped 5 more memberships. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, baby. And so does the chat. So if you got one, please make sure y'all tell her thank you. Yeah, so Lana from Truth and Transparency decided to FOIA the courtroom audio. So with that being said, we're going to put her on. I'll share her channel link as well. Or I can put it in the description as well. I need to start doing that anyways. And you guys, this is crazy as hell anyways, this audio. We'll jump right into it.
A lot of talk about this case, a lot of talk about if it's drama or if it's, true crime. Well, when you go to court, I think that's court.
And yeah, once you do a 9-hour live stream on your YouTube channel, it turns into drama. And over here, we cover the drama and crama surrounding true crime cases. Obviously, in creators, since that's what it's turned into over here.
I don't think that going to court is drama. You have a case and you want to take it to court. Well, I side with Law and Crime. If they wanted to get the rights to the media to be able to play that hearing, I'm all for it.
And the another thing is, do you guys remember? Do you guys remember when Betty's hearing was? The media was there for Betty's hearing when Chris and Katie got their orders on Betty, and the camera crew was in the courtroom, and Betty was on camera. Do you guys recall that? Hey, Sarah Bailey. How you doing, love? Yes. So Betty's hearing was publicly put out as well on the news. So that's exactly what was going to happen. I don't understand why she keeps saying that they were violating her. No, they were not. They were going to do the same thing. They were going to take clips and they were going to put it in their news article or their article afterwards, just like they did with Betty, and put little clips together for their, segment. I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Here we go.
Just like I'm all for our First Amendment rights, I'm all for our Second Amendment. I am Constitution all day. I'm also all about the media.
She's also Truth and Transparency. Lena was also one of the ones who filed a order protection and appeal against Melissa. Oh shit! Dang it! What's her last name? I know one of y'all will know it. Melissa Jade. I'm sorry, Melissa Jade. So she's filed, in my opinion, ROs that didn't need to be filed. She's been through. I mean, God, you just look up Lena Truth and Transparency, or go to Breaking Chains True Crime, and you can look up who Lena from Truth and Transparency is. If you don't know her, yeah. So there's that. Anyhow, I don't really have a whole lot to say about her. I'm just trying to get through this audio. So here we go.
Yeah, the public, the right, right to know, everything to do with, hey, let's bring it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio all the way through, and then afterwards I will have my commentary on it. It is 1 hour and 10 minutes, and it's redacted. Keeping it classy here. Use the comment section of the video. Let me know what you think. If you catch us on replay, this is being live. So if you are using the live chat feature, we do not babysit here. First Amendment applies in the comment section. There will be no bullying, no harassing. If your comments are to attack an individual, we don't warn. They just get removed. Let's do it. Thank you for joining. Make sure you guys can hear this.
All right, can I get counsel to take their appearance for the record?
Destin Dio for the petitioner. And James Dunkelberger of the law firm of Bennett, Bueller, Johnson and Deere for the respondent. And the respondent is seated with me at counsel table.
If you wish, say your name again.
James Dunkelberger.
Dunkelberger?
Yes, sir.
Okay, counsel, before we get going, do you want to proceed by proffer, and I'll put your clients and witnesses under oath and see if they'll affirm it, or do you want to call up witnesses, cross-examine, direct examine?
I think witnesses, we would prefer calling witnesses, not calling.
Okay, we are set for an hour hearing, so use that as you see fit. I notice I did have a motion to allow some witnesses to appear remotely.
Yes, Your Honor, that's our motion.
Are they out of state?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Petitioner also had a motion to allow one of our statement witnesses to appear remotely. The court granted that motion, I think, this morning, provided the link. But we did have a request outstanding for other witnesses to appear if necessary.
So you guys would stipulate the witnesses appearing remotely?
I have no objection to that. Me neither, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, if we could just revisit the schedule today, though. There are several declarations filed on each side. Several witnesses probably intend to appear today. 1 hour is an awful short amount of time to get this all done. And if we are going to try to do it in an hour of live testimony, could we have some sort of a guidance from the court on how we split that up, or, how our time is to be spent today?
Yeah, you guys,
Okay, it's hard to understand this. Yeah, Roxy. Okay, to me, I don't think they're talking too fast, but it is hard to understand this. Do you guys want the closed captions on so you can hear, or so you can see if you can't hear it very well? Do you guys want me to slow it down? I mean, what do you guys want me to do? CJK, Lana is shady. What courtroom was this for? B Tim, do you believe Lana? B Tim is not up here. It's just me right now. B Tim will be up here in a little bit, but I will save this question for him. And this is Lana Truth and Transparency. This is her audio that she FOIA'd from the courtroom. So she FOIA'd it and played it. So we're gonna play her copy. Yes. Sorry, you guys. My little one was hollering at me, and she was kind of being a little bit loud.
Choose how, I mean, I'll make it even, that it's 50% to each of you as to how you want to go about it. I noticed that there was several declarations filed in regards to this. Have the parties had any communication?
No, Your Honor. A little bit of perception, yeah. Since, forgive me, maybe I misunderstood. You mean counsels?
Yeah.
Counsel for party?
Yeah.
Minimal on procedural matters last week.
How come there's been no effort to resolve this? Is there a reason why?
Well, from my perspective, it's not that we're against that or opposed to that. It's just the timing of it that's so short between when the injunction was filed and when you appeared. So there's been a lot of evidence and briefings to submit right now. So I would just say it's only because we haven't had a fair chance to do it.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. Unless you guys think that some discussion, I can give you a little bit of time. If you want to go out and discuss, we've got to be truthful. Otherwise, we'll just get going.
I'm happy to go out with this and try to have a quick discussion.
Okay, why don't you guys do that and then come back in and let me know.
Okay, right here, this is your first opportunity to see that there was a lie that was told. The lawyers were told that they can go out and talk about this to try to come to some resolution.
What's up?
Hey, Tim, what's up?
Yeah, so this is basically, I believe, the first day. And this was like basically, I think this was the first day. This was before.
Yes.
And basically, the other counsel, the counsel for Lauren, wants to postpone it and is
Well,
pretending.
yeah, the judge wants to know why they didn't work it out, or why they haven't spoke yet.
Yeah, apparently there was documents sent by the respondent, and they did not, or the defendant or whatever, and they did not respond. Lauren's attorney, and he's trying to postpone it for another 30 days. And the other side's like, I got witnesses out of state, so we would like to get those done, and that's what this is going to be probably about from that. And there's going to be more. And I think this is the right before she this is, I don't know if she went into her bed and started crying, if this was the day of, because I know that she started doing that
I believe it is. I believe the day of the bed crying was right after court was over in the hotel with the people from out of state there.
So the bed crying happened right after this hearing, I think.
Gotcha. So the bed scene where she's rocking back and forth crying is right after this.
Yeah, either this, because I don't think they had more than 2 days planned, and this was the first day, and then it was discontinued, I think, right? I'm just a little iffy, but it is what it is. Good point, thank you. Okay, no problem. So yeah, the lawyer's just ill. I think Lauren's lawyer was just trying to postpone it. I don't know why. I think it's just that he wanted to silence the defendant. But anyway, we can keep on playing.
And so with the people putting anything out there in terms of when Lauren spoke about this, there was an opportunity for some type of resolution. And so I believe that was misrepresented. And so here you're going to hear it out of the horse's mouth, what these 2 lawyers come back and say after a brief chat.
Thanks. 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah, 5. I mean, you can tell if we're making progress as soon as you can see that we're going one direction or the other. Let me know.
Yeah. Thank you.
You may have a seat.
Stitching here, she's Phyllis. She said, we are listening to Lauren's attorney and the respondent's attorney and the judge.
Yeah, and there's going to be witnesses eventually.
Yeah.
And also,
so we just went because you had just jumped up here. So
yeah,
she said no. She said no. Listen. Do you want to come up, Stitching? Because they said they wanted an entire day and only an hour was slotted.
Yeah, this was the first day.
Yeah, she's correcting us down here. Are you gonna come up, Stitching?
But
Janice and Janessa or whatever, and Lindsay will testify. Hold on. Janice and Lindsay will testified. Okay.
yeah, which was basically means that they did it. This was the first day, so they might have just had an hour, but it was still the first day.
They had 2 days. They slotted 2 hours for 2 days, or what? How is there more than one day if they only had 1 hour?
Well, they probably were going to reschedule it, and that's why in the end that they had to redefine the terms of the order.
Well, they rescheduled it
We're jumping way ahead, but they
day, even with people out of state.
Well, they did. You're jumping way ahead.
Well, yeah, in 2 days. Anybody knows what you're talking about because this hearing is from the first one where so you came up and got into it and jumped around and now everybody's confused.
Yeah, I'll explain it. Right now they haven't gone to it because I watched this, and eventually during this situation there's going to be 2 witnesses that are out of state that are going to testify, I believe. So that's what I think. And it's going to be very short.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's get this party started. Stitching here says they were amending the temporary order because it was 3 weeks before the permanent order.
That too.
Sarah Bailey, thank you for dropping 20 memberships on us. I appreciate you, love. If you guys got one, make sure you guys tell her thank you in the chat. All right. So here we go. Back to it. And yes, Lana has done some really shitbag things. We're not here to talk about Lana. Lana is not the topic of discussion. Lauren is. So let's stick to Lauren and what Lauren's done, not what Lana's done.
Okay, counsel, what we're able to work out.
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we're not going to be able to come to a stipulation today.
Let's go ahead and, are you ready?
The stipulation was that people to be no longer able to use their First Amendment right. Okay? Who would ever stipulate to that? Nobody. That's absolutely absurd.
You proceed then?
She is right.
A matter of housekeeping, Your Honor, from the petitioner. If that's all right, if I may.
Go ahead.
So, given the nature of the claims and the emotional distress it's caused to my client, and considering the audience we have here, my client is requesting that only the necessary parties, those from the responding side who will be testifying, be allowed to be in the courtroom to provide her some sort of safety and comfort during these proceedings, to the extent we can.
Right here, Lauren tells her lawyer that he wants a preliminary matter to be handled, which is to remove people from the courtroom, a public courtroom, to not be able to be in there. This is what she drives around and does for a living, is go into public courtrooms to report on cases. She wants the public to be removed from her court. This is Tina with What the Fuck Translation Services. What the fuck, Lauren?
Okay. Mr. Dunkelberger?
Yes, Your Honor, we'd object to that. This is a petition that's been brought by petitioner. She's going to be here in the courtroom, and as responded, Ms. is entitled to have people here with her.
So yeah, Lauren's asking for her friends to be removed from the courtroom, and he said no. She is no. As a respondent she's got people here with her.
Now you might wonder, why is Lana really fucking pissed off at Lauren? And I think I heard this either in this stream or something else, where I think basically,
well, it's alleged. It's alleged. Make sure you say it's alleged. It's alleged that she.
No, this is what. Yeah, you can say it then. You're going to say the story.
Okay. Well, I say I don't know if it's what we might be hearing 2 different things, but it was alleged. Now I don't know how sure. I don't know how true it is because neither one of us were there. If this is what you were going to say, I don't know. But in one of the other live streams, it was said that she tried to buy notes from
Girlfriend/friend.
Lana's Yeah, I don't know if it's her girlfriend or her friend. Either way, though, Lauren wanted to buy Lana's girlfriend's notes from the trial. Is that what you were going to say too?
Yeah, and she was
Okay.
stating that apparently Lauren was too busy scribbling and Grayson was the one taking down the notes or doing like the notes, basically. That's what she was stating
Yeah.
during the Adelphi, I believe, case. So that's what I heard from Lana. Take it as you will. Could be true, could be false. That's what she says. And this is why she really has it kind of in for Lauren, because she just doesn't like her. Because of that reason.
Right. Which is kind of like Joe Schmo not liking her because she cut his ass off in line, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a lot of drama for these in-person trials, man. I feel like it's a soap opera. We should send like a Krama on the scene courtroom perspective person, like someone there, you know, to kind of represent us in the courtroom drama. It's a lot of fighting over courtroom. I remember Grant Ellis got into a fight with that lady to get online to the Carey case, and he got the cops called, and it was all that shit. Man, there's some drama that happens a lot in these courtroom cases, just before going in. I swear to God, it's kind of funny. Oh my God! If you want to keep on playing, you can. Send me with my spray bottle. Yeah, exactly. You can sit and quilt while you're online to get into the trial. Just quilt. You'll live stream quilting, just waiting online to get into the trial, and then you can just come in with notes. All right, we're sending our on-the-scene persons stitching to report on the crime that is occurring at this trial. Can you tell us what is going on, Stitching? Well, it looks like there was a massive cut in the line, and cops had to be called, and I believe that one person has been arrested. Also, I believe notes were stolen in the back of a car. All right, thank you, Stitching. Keep up the good work. Be something like that. You know, on the scene, stitching at the scene. Get my vocals right. I'm going to try. Listen, at least I didn't screw up your vocals too bad. But that's how we're going to do the on the scene Krama host news. That's the plan. That's the plan. Sounds nothing like stitching. Well, you know what? I can't really do a good woman's voice. You know, luckily and unluckily. I mean, I guess for this thing is unluckily. Beats him go back to shoe shining. There's always a critic, isn't there? There's always a critic. But anyway, yeah. So we'll play more of this. You wanna play? Oh, she probably stepped away for a moment. Lana foiled this? Yeah, she did. She did foil this.
All right, we ready? I'm sorry, my littles were heading out the door. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, it's an open courtroom. There's no motion filed to close it. So, and I expect the parties to be here in person when we have a case. So that motion is denied. Now, as to the reality of where we are, how much time does council think that realistically you're going to need in this case?
Well, we need at least 2 witnesses, three including the petitioner's husband. Try to get to them as quickly as I can, but there are
How
a
much
lot.
time are you anticipating?
Boy, Your Honor, I had anticipated having the whole day, honestly. So, or at least half the day.
Yes, you guys heard that correctly. The judge at first had this at 11 a.m. on one of the days, and then they moved it to like 4. And so he's like, yeah, I'll give this this hearing an hour, 4 to 5. And the petitioner's over here like, I thought I would have like the whole day. Like we said over here, she was expecting an 8-hour court day. And so what she did is she went and did a 9-hour live for her court day without being cross-examined. You know,
That's correct. And then it was rescheduled to Monday, the 17th to the 22nd.
So I'm not sure why when we scheduled it at 4, why you'd anticipate you would have a half day or a whole day.
You're right. That I might have misread that. Read too much into it, but it was rescheduled for 11 a.m. So
how much time are you anticipating? That's
hours.
how many hours?
At least 3.
On your case in chief?
Yeah.
Mr. Dunkelberger?
So we were prepared today because of the short time frame to proceed primarily by proffer. We understood that that's what was.
Hey, Stitching.
Hey,
How are you, love?
I came up here so B10 would quit destroying my voice.
Yeah, I pretend to be Stitching to be our in-person Krama courtroom reporter to report on all the Krama news at the courthouse. The line cutting, the note stealing, all that stuff. We need someone on the stage, Queen, on the courthouse steps. All right, that wasn't funny. Thanks for knowing, actually.
Well, you almost said hooker, so there you go.
Well, who said hookers?
You
Why are you thinking hookers? Jesus
have
Christ.
to go back and listen to yourself.
What are you, Stitching? What are you doing, Stitching? What are you doing?
Okay, let's play.
Yeah, let's hit the play button.
All right. And they said Lauren, okay, somebody in here said, did Lauren quit the case or did the judge dismiss the case?
Quit.
Lauren dropped it.
Yes.
Okay. So I just
And
want
you'll
to make
see
sure I'm
why.
correct when I say that. Lauren is the one that dropped it. The judge did not dismiss it. Lauren chose to not continue on because Long Crime was able to film.
And
Also,
probably because of the witnesses that you're going to hear here.
and the judge, what he's going to
Oh, yeah, and the judge.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go.
What happened today, given the short amount of time, brief opening statement, proffer the witnesses, some cross-examination in a hurry, and then be out. We are prepared to accordion to the court's convenience on this. Certainly, if the other side's entitled to 3 hours, we'd ask for parity, but we think that you could do it in substantially less time. It just depends on how they want to do it.
Okay.
I have a suggestion, Your Honor. Pending before the court is our ex parte motion to enforce the temporary civil injunction. Perhaps if we proceeded to resolve that motion, that may resolve the entire matter. If, in other words, I guess what I'm saying is perhaps we can achieve what we need to by simply ruling on that motion. And then if it's granted, then that resolves the issue. And if it's not, then we can, I guess, readdress and plan it that way.
Mr. Dunkelberger?
And that's the tail wagging the dog, Your Honor. I mean, we have 28 days, from the notice. As far as I'm aware, I don't think the court has issued a hearing. I know there was a request to expedite it. I didn't really see grounds to expedite it. There's some pretty serious allegations, and frankly, we were expecting it would go the other way around. If today the temporary order is not extended and made permanent, then that's going to make the court's resolution of that issue a lot easier.
Well, it also make it moot because if I say I ruled in favor of your client today on the motion to enforce, and then later I ruled that there shouldn't have been a stalking injunction, I guess I can go because there is an ex parte one in place. Okay, have a seat. Let me think through something. Thank you for your arguments.
So the judge says, okay, have a seat. Let me think through something and thank you for your arguments. And then look what says, Mabel, the tabby says, this reminds me of when Betty would lie and then the transcript would come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Same thing right here, right now. What you're watching.
Yeah.
We got to hear Lauren's version and now we get to hear the truth.
I think she was going to lose. I really do think she was going to lose.
I really do too. And I think she was pissed about this hearing. Thank you, Sarah Bailey, for dropping 20 memberships. If you guys got one, please make sure you tell her thank you for showing love and support. Here we go. Also, quick sidebar, I did get an email back from Andy about Pigfest. So he sent me an email back and gave me his phone number, told me to call. I called, I left a voicemail. He did not pick up. So I spoke with someone else. She said she doesn't know for sure, but we may or may not be able to have our logo on the shirts, like the t-shirts, because they've been printed. But they said they could possibly put it on everything else. If they cannot, I know BJ's very mad about it. She's fucking very irate and upset that B Tim paid the $1,000 to sponsor it. She's fucking mad as hell about it. But either way, it's okay.
Thank you, B Tim, for
even
two
if
things.
we can't listen, because even if we can't, B Tim said we could donate it from the Hive into Sebastian's name. Just as a donation in his name from us, since we can't do our sticker.
Yeah.
The board. So I thought that was really nice too. So she can stay mad, okay?
I didn't even look at her, to be honest with you. I was too busy with this stuff.
Right. She's over there bitching about us, and we didn't even. I only heard it today on somebody else's stream. I was cracking up. I said, "Really? You're mad at B Tim for donating?" Okay, sure, all right.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Here you go.
Carter, may I respond to one thing he said? Sure. Thank you. The standard in that is applicable to the ex parte motion and the enforcement of the temporary stopping order injunction is completely separate and irrelevant to the issuance of a permanent stopping injunction. The temporary one was issued and it was effective, and there were violations of it. Whether or not the court decides to continue that and issue a permanent stopping injunction is a separate question. So I would argue that we can proceed on just the ex parte motion today.
But didn't I just see a request to submit just barely filed on 9/17? So just 5 days ago.
I have to check the date myself.
Yeah, that's what I saw. So I do think that there is preparation time. We do have to get through processes that if they weren't prepared to argue that day, it's not fair to throw it on them and put that in there. Let me just look at a couple things here.
Your Honor, I'm just going to grab my client.
They're about to grab the two. He's talking to his client, and I think there's two witnesses out of state that are going to testify now. And it's going to be very short. So
I would never go to the movies with you, B Tim. You give everything away.
Okay, counsel, here's what I'm going to suggest you do. In light of, it doesn't sound like, particularly on these, we have limited witnesses or they proceed by proffer. It doesn't sound like either party, well, it sounds like one party is willing to proceed by proffer, the other wants to call witnesses. And we certainly do not have enough time to do it today to get everything in. So what I'm suggesting is I'd like to set this for October 16th. And in that time, I could give you We can't give you the whole day, and I can give you a good portion of it. Does October 16th work?
Counsel for petitioner is available that day, but the client's to check.
Watch how smart this is of the respondent's lawyer. So right now, they're saying, hey, we're basically going to be coming back on this October 16th date. And that's when I'm going to give you guys basically like half a day. But check out how this respondent's lawyer maneuvers this. Kudos to him.
Agreed.
Yep, in a few places. Because not only
He's
is
about to object to this.
Lauren a liar face, those
Okay.
are
Mr. Dunkelberger, I
Excellent.
heard you say you're going to object. Go ahead and state your objection.
Yeah, just for the record, thank you, Your Honor. It was noticed for today. We asked for a stipulated continuance. We didn't get it. We moved for continuance. It was continued 3 business days. We have
Boom. Nobody's talked about this. They moved for a stipulated joint, so the parties to joint to stipulate to have a continuance prior to this hearing, okay? And the other side wouldn't do it, okay? Which meant, nope, we're not going to joint stipulate to a continuation to have it pushed back. And so we're here today to have this. Yeah, you heard that right. We tried to have, they would not joint stipulate to push it back. So I'm objecting. I'm putting that on the record. Then he's going to say the rest of his piece. So that is unknown to people.
record, thank you, Your Honor. It was noticed for today. We asked for a stipulated continuance. We didn't get it. We moved for continuance. It was continued 3 business days. We have witnesses here from out of state to be sworn in to testify regarding their affidavits to proceed by proffer. It was scheduled patently for an hour. If counsel was unprepared to present petitioner's case within the time allotted, then it's sort of incumbent on him to contact the court and to determine how much time would be available. In the meantime, my client's civil rights have been severely impeded by a temporary order. We'd like to have her day in court. A continuance of almost a month severely prejudices her. We've got that's recalling witnesses that have come from out of state. And we prepared because the court told us to be in court today, and we prepared for the time that the court had to give us. And it's simply counsel had every opportunity to stipulate to a continuance and make sure the court would have time to hear hours of testimony. And that's our objection.
How many witnesses do you have from out of state?
We have 2 here today.
Okay. Mr. Dale, do you want to respond?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I don't think it's fair to put that on us. I mean, the hearing was set for 11 a.m. I'm sorry, but there was no mention or notice that they're going again. I apologize, but we were prepared to examine many witnesses to prove our case. Counsel had the same information. Opposing counsel had the same information we did. For him to assume that he could call in witnesses today to examine them all in an hour, it's equally to blame. That's not a reason for to say that he was prejudiced. So, Your Honor, I guess I defer to the court on that.
Here's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is we're going to get this on the record. We've got 2 out-of-state witnesses. I'm going to bring their testimony. I'm going to have you put them on the stand. We're going to continue. We're going to put these 2 witnesses on the stand right now. and we will let them testify. You can cross-examine them. Everybody should be prepared to do that because we've discussed it. And then we can, because your argument, Mr. Bale, is, hey, we were planning on putting on all witnesses today, have them testify in cross-examination, so there shouldn't be any preparation issue there. You've indicated you're prepared, Mr. Dunkelberger, to move forward with those two witnesses. So let's put those two witnesses on the stand, and we will continue this until October 16th. Stand, and we will continue this until October 16th, beginning at 8:30, and expect that it will be done by 3 o'clock on the 16th. Sounds like that did work for everybody's schedule.
So that was the hearing that was going to take place after this hearing was going to be on October 16th from 8:30 a.m. until 3 p.m. That's what Law and Crime went out and got the rights to have the media in the courtroom and to live stream it.
Yep. And
so this is the hearing that led up to the withdrawal of that date.
I also want to stop it, Queen. I also want to point out.
Okay, Mr. Dunkelberger.
Yes. Okay, Queen. I wanted to point out that this after this
should
hearing
be stopped. Is it not?
It stopped. It should be
sorry.
pointed.
Okay.
It should be pointed out that I believe after this hearing, she then had Grayson film her while she was crying in the bed on the same day.
Yeah, I don't remember the date of that. I don't remember the date.
I'm pretty sure that she stated that was during the hearing, like the day of the hearing.
I could see why she was crying in her bed. I would have been under the covers if I was her.
Well, she kind of was, because you saw she was dressed up. That was when she went to the hearing that day. So either that was before or after the hearing that she had her secretary or producer start filming her breaking down in the bed. So that's just wild to me. I think you're right. And Queen's gone. So I'll just have to wait until she comes back. And then she's back.
Yeah, either one of us had a lag. So I don't know if it was me or if it was you, but I wanted to pop out and pop back in case.
What happened?
She had a lag. She logged in and logged out.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was you or if it was me. So I said, here, I'm going to log in and log back out just in case it's mine. So I didn't know if it was you or if it was Stitching or if it was me, but one of us has a lag. So if one of y'all want to drop down and come back up, you're welcome to do that.
I think let's see what's tested. Say, I'm going to say a number.
You just fine. Stitching, go ahead and talk. I can't hear her, so I don't know if she's talking or not, but I cannot hear her at all.
Yeah, she's not saying anything. She's too busy stitching.
No, I think something's going on with StreamYards. I don't know what it is. Stitching, are you still here? Can y'all hear her? We just can't?
She's not saying anything, Stitching.
No, Pecan Pie said her YouTube just crashed. They're having trouble with YouTube today. I don't know if it's StreamYard or YouTube, but something's going on.
Okay.
No, they can't hear her. Okay, she'll come back up then.
I'm just.
Yeah, I knew there was something going on because mine just kept stopping, and every time it was like every time you would talk to me, it just popped off. Like it just kept popping like popping noises would come in. You're very glitchy, very weird. You know what I mean? Like it sounded like you were talking, but
it's Lauren.
Like,
she's
no Stitching. You didn't. We couldn't hear you. You didn't get dropped. The link's right there, though. Come back up.
It's Lauren. She's trying to stop us from reviewing this court case. She's trying to stop us. She's gone into YouTube. She's
trying to hit our shit.
She's like got like her all her gems are hitting the stream right now, reporting us immediately.
Report.
The gems are in the Patreon. Report it all. We can't let this out. Can't let that out. That the judge basically tells my lawyer off at the end.
It's Samael.
Oh my god.
The judge tells the lawyer off at the end. Come back up, Stitching. We're waiting on you.
Yeah. You'll hear it.
Well, now the chat's moving. It wasn't before. YouTube has an update. Okay, so if anybody needs to do an update, go do an update. Stitching, we couldn't hear you, love. Not at all. Nobody could.
Oh, that's probably good, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was wondering where you was at because I was like Stitching. I thought it was just me. I was like, well, maybe it's just me.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I think she was
Yes.
just busy stitching, and she didn't want to disturb from stitching and making her do post.
I'm going to never hear the end of what I do in my retirement that I earned.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. We'd like to call Jimmy to stand, please.
Oh, boom. In person.
Please stand right here. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give and the matter before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so I hope you got it?
And let's see.
Miss, could you state and spell your name for the record, please?
Yes, it's Janice.
I'm going to be referring to her as respondent's first witness.
And Miss, in anticipation of today's proceeding, did you submit a declaration to be filed with the court?
Yes.
And did you have the opportunity to review and comment on the declaration before it was filed?
Yes.
Were you able to correct or modify or draft or otherwise comment or contribute meaningfully to this declaration?
Yes.
Did you authorize signature of this declaration?
Yes.
And did you understand that when you did that, you did it under penalty of perjury of Utah law?
Yes.
And do you certify here today that the declaration is correct, to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief?
Yes.
Just by way of a quick review for the court, could you please tell us your relationship with respondent, Miss?
I met her in April 2024 at a trial, and we became friends. And we have continued to be friends and attend other trials together.
Okay. How would you describe your relationship with the petitioner, Lauren Mathias?
I met her, well, we were in Facebook groups for a different case. And I met her in April 2023, but we were never friends.
Has Ms. ever asked you to contact Ms. Mathias?
Never.
For any reason?
No.
Do you understand that by discussing your declaration here today that it's going to proceed by way of proffer and it's going to take the place of your testimony on direct examination?
Yes.
And with that, Your Honor, I'll yield my hand.
Thank you.
Cross-examination.
Clarifying question. I wasn't clear on when you met my client.
I met her at a trial April, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, 23, maybe?
April 23?
Okay, well, yeah, 23.
Do you remember the trial?
Yeah, it was Laura Daybell's trial in Boise.
That's all I have. Thanks, Dave.
That's all I have. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm assuming no redirect.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Next witness.
Yes, we'd like to call Lindsay, please.
Witness number 2 for the respondent.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give and the matter before the court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Let's go, Lindsay. Fuck them up, baby.
Thank you, state and spell your name for the record, please.
Oh, sorry.
Lindsay.
What's with the cowbell?
Aha. That was not me, by the way.
She was having a moment.
Thank you, Ms. And in
Oh,
anticipation
okay.
of the hearing today, did you provide a declaration?
Yes,
to file
Sarah, it
before?
is insane.
I did.
And did you have the opportunity to review, draft, contribute, or otherwise put your seal of approval on the declaration?
Yes.
And did you authorize me to sign on your behalf and file with the court?
Yes.
And did you understand at the time that your testimony in your declaration could be offered in place of your direct examination here at trial?
Yes.
And do you certify that you understood that you were making statements that you made under penalty of perjury of Utah law?
Yes.
And are these statements true and correct to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief?
Yes.
Just by way of background and a quick summary for the court, could you please tell me your relationship with Ms. Respondent?
I met Christina in April of 2024, and we became friends and have been friends since.
Okay. And would you please describe your relationship with the petitioner, Lauren Mathias?
I met Lauren Mathias in April of 2023, and we were acquaintances at first and then later became friends. And then we were friends in April of 2024 when I met Christina.
Okay. Was there any point at which your friendship with Ms. Mathias changed?
Yes.
When was that?
In December of 2024.
And what happened?
Well, I was freelancing, working for her, and that relationship ended. I thought we were still friends. We talked in December. Everything was fine. Then the next time I saw her in person was in April of 2025. And we greeted each other briefly at the courthouse in line for security. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. That type of thing. And I haven't spoken to her since.
Okay. Did at any time Ms. ask you to contact Ms. Mathias for any reason?
No.
In your declaration, you gave some testimony about an incident that occurred at a restaurant in Boise. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And was there any interaction by you personally with the police after that episode?
No.
Okay. Have you reviewed the police report that was generated from that episode?
Yes.
Okay. And you received a copy of it previously?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know whether or not that investigation remains open?
To my knowledge, it's closed.
Okay. And what's your knowledge on that based on?
Based on the police report, the officer talked to the restaurant, maybe the waiter, confirmed that me and my friends were at the restaurant before. We left after, and the officer put in his report that he spoke to.
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor.
So,
Okay.
Yes, you can testify anything the officer says, but we'll be here to sustain.
Okay. Move to strike.
Yeah, I'm stricken. Any hearsay testimony. The rest,
Okay. So with respect to your review of the report, just to repeat for the court, you've
Yeah.
reviewed the report.
yes.
Okay. Was Ms. present at the restaurant in Boise? Do
No.
you know where she was?
Europe.
Okay.
Objection, foundation.
sustain.
How do you know where she was?
Because she told me she was going to Europe.
Objection, one calls for hearsay. Or is hearsay.
Admission by a party opponent.
It's in. Overruled.
And in any event, she wasn't at the restaurant with you?
Correct.
Okay. Following the incident at the restaurant, or at any other time, have you, on behalf of Ms. ever reached out to Ms. Mathias?
Never.
With that on your Honor.
Oh, here we go. Okay, here's cross-examination.
Is it Miss or Mrs.?
Miss.
Back up.
I was also confused by your testimony. When did you initially meet my client?
April of 2023.
2023?
Yeah.
I thought I heard you say 24.
Sorry.
She didn't.
And how were you introduced to her?
I don't know. We were both at the same trial, and I might have introduced myself. I was there for work. I knew Lauren to be in that same industry. Just, hi, we're in the same trial, and maybe something like that. I don't really remember.
Okay. How do you know the respondent?
I met her in April of 2024, the next year, at a trial as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you describe your relationship? How would you describe your relationship with the respondent?
Really good. We became friends. Kind of happenstance, but we had a lot in common and just kind of naturally became friends.
And you're still friends to this day?
Yes.
You communicate regularly?
Yes.
How often?
Multiple times a week.
Do you have a social media account?
Yes.
Do you follow the respondent's social media account?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the account titled Objection, Your Honor?
Yes.
What is that account?
That is one of Christina's TikTok accounts.
You say one of hers. Does she have others?
She has a art account where she posts art stuff because she's a good artist.
Okay. Have you seen or watched or are you familiar with the videos that are on the respondent's Objection, Your Honor account?
Have I seen them?
Yeah.
Yes.
All of them?
I don't know if I've seen all of them, but I've seen a majority.
Have you ever commented on any one of the videos?
Yeah.
How many times?
I don't know, maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe.
In those videos, do you recall the respondent ever referencing to a person as ex-friend?
Yes.
Who is the ex-friend, according to your knowledge?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation calls for speculation.
So you've seen the videos, and you just mentioned you have seen the ones where she mentions her ex-friend.
Correct.
Okay. Let me ask you, what is your understanding of who the ex-friend is?
My understanding, the ex-friend,
Mhm.
to be Lauren Matthias.
That's my client.
Correct.
How would you characterize the nature of the videos about the ex-friend, my client?
Calls for speculation.
Were they positive or negative?
Which videos?
I'm just asking for your overall impression.
Okay.
All the videos you said you've seen.
Overall
Were they
impression.
positive about my client or negative?
Who cares?
I don't think they were positive, but
Okay. So you can't say they were positive. Can you think of any video that was positive?
there were actually a few where they weren't about your client. They were about protecting like your own personal peace, things like that, things that were like kind of, I don't know, not like motivational, but like peaceful, like, I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay. Do you communicate with my client to this day?
No.
When was the last time you communicated with my client, to your memory?
The last text messages I sent her were in January of this year. I was asking her to coordinate a podcast collaboration. Those messages were friendly, business, professional. And then the last time I spoke to her in person was in April of 2025 when we briefly greeted each other.
Did your relationship with my client have any professional nature to it?
Yes, at one point it did.
How so?
After I left one of the jobs I was at, I was kind of waiting for my next one to start. And so we were friends, and I offered to help, and Lauren was very supportive of me at the time when I was leaving the place I was at. And so I worked for her and her husband freelance for a few months.
So you're an employee of hers for a few months?
I wasn't an employee, like, are you meaning legally? So it was like a 1099 contract.
Okay.
If that's what you mean.
When did your employment end?
I believe just beginning of December, approximately.
Do you recall any interactions with the respondent? Did you have any personal conversations with the respondent about my client, either before or after your employment ended?
Did I have? Can you repeat that?
Yeah, can you recall any conversations you've had with the respondent about my client?
Yeah.
At any time?
Yeah.
Okay. How about after your employment?
After? Yeah.
Okay. What was the nature of those conversations?
Can you be more specific? I'm sorry.
Sure. Whenever you were speaking with her about my client, would you characterize it as positive or negative?
I guess I don't really. I'm not. Can you ask me that one more time? I'm trying to understand.
Sure. I'm just asking if the nature of your conversations you've had with the respondent about my client after your employment ended, were they positive about my client?
I'll object this last foundation vague.
Let me ask you this. How often would you say did you and the respondent have conversations about my client after you left her employment?
Well, at first we were all friends. So in that month of December.
Is he really asking her on the stand how often would she have private conversations with the respondent about his client?
Yeah.
Things were a little bit awkward between Lauren and I. And so I think that the conversations were based on, are you going to reach out to her? Like, or do you think this is something that can be fixed? Like the friendship. And then after that, I'm not really sure. I am aware of I put in the thing about, like this case, like I know like in April, when Christina and Lauren had a conversation, like I knew about that.
Were you aware of, let's see, when did you become aware of the respondent's social media account about my client?
I'll object. Assumes facts, lacks foundation.
She's already testified she's seen the video.
That doesn't mean she knows when it was created.
The testimony I heard is that she's aware of some communication there, whether it was on the objection, Your Honor, a TikTok account, and that she understands that the ex-friend referred to there was referring to the petitioner. So if you want to ask her about that specifically, or if there's others you can ask, but otherwise the objection is sustained.
Good.
Do you recall speaking with the respondent at any time about her social media account titled Objection, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Describe that first, when you first became aware.
I don't really remember. I I think I would be guessing. I'm sure I was probably, I don't recall specifically.
Do you recall if the respondent alerted you or made you aware that that channel existed, or did you happen upon it on your own?
I can't remember.
You don't remember the first time you watched the video on that account?
Oh, no. I can't remember if she told me about it or if it popped up on my page.
Okay. Are you, let me ask you this. So, do you know approximately how many videos are on that account?
No.
Okay. I'll represent you. There's over 50. Okay. I'll object to the representation.
You can represent that. I just want some clarification. 50 of what? 50 total videos, 50 follow-up videos, directly referring to the ex-friend? What are the 50?
Thank you. There are over 50 separate videos or posts on this, my objection, Your Honor, account, referring to the ex-friend and discussing some of the private details of personal conduct. Your Honor, I object.
You guys, I just have to give some props here. To have to repeat the channel titled "Objection, Your Honor." Okay, I'll tell you this from personal experience. I've been in the courtroom where I have to talk about people's channel names, and I've had to say channel names such as Aunt Lala, the blah 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 troll, friendly troll, mean troll, Father fucking Snuffles. This is so objection, Your Honor, is just it's priceless for this case. But yeah, well played, Christina, with the objection, Your Honor title of the TikToks.
Your
I don't
Honor,
ever go on TikTok, but I like the channel name.
Your Honor, that person made 50 videos of my client. Your Honor, Your Honor, this witness has made a comment on these videos, and she says the ex-friend. Does the video say like, what are we listening to? Like, is this lawyer seriously? This is like the deep cross that's going to prove like the stalking and harassment.
This is why Lauren dropped her case.
Oh, it gets worse. So,
fuck.
It's so
I heard
bad.
it gets pretty damn bad. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Like, it gets so bad that it makes Lauren cry in her bed for, on a live, in a video. Bad. We now know why she was crying in the bed. She was
Right,
like,
now we understand the bed rocking back and forth crybaby video. What's going on?
I would too. If I paid my lawyer like $10,000 and this is the results, I'd be crying in my bed too, to be fair. I'd be like, God damn it. I paid that motherfucker $10,000. And he asked, did you make any comments on a video? And he keeps on saying, objection, Your Honor, to his own question, because he keeps on repeating the fucking name of the channel. What the fuck? What are we doing here? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Father Snuffleupagus.
Hold on. I understand your objection. What you can do is you can ask her if she understands that there are 50, if that surprise her, if she doesn't know, she doesn't know.
Have you seen all the videos? All of them?
No, I haven't watched every single video.
Are you aware of about what time they began?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, what's your recollection?
Maybe in June, maybe?
Was this before or after you ceased working for that client?
After?
Okay. So, to clarify, the videos began popping up on this account to your knowledge after July of 24?
25.
25, excuse me.
Sorry.
Okay. Did you have any involvement in making or creating those videos?
No.
Are you aware that there's a second social media account titled the same objection, Your Honor, on, I think it's Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen those videos?
I don't know.
Right.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
All right.
I can expand on that if you want a little bit, but
Sure. Go ahead.
So because I do other people's social media for work, I'm not typically logged into my own social medias. So when I do log on or switch accounts, like I kind of can't remember because I don't do it that often. I kind of don't really like social media for myself because I work doing it, so I can't recall.
This is actually really important testimony here, and Lauren's describing the fact of like what she does for a living. She does produce high volume. She produces for high volume content creators and mainstream media personalities. So her talking about how she has to manage social media accounts that aren't hers. Very interesting testimony. Very important. Yeah, good job. Good job, Lindsay. This is important.
That's what I mean.
That's all right. I'll move on.
Yeah.
Let me backtrack just a little bit for sake of time.
So, from my understanding, Lindsay is actually someone who's been up on this panel, who's been on this channel. Lindsay is the girl, if you recall, remember when Voices went off and was talking to that girl? She came up here. She was really, really upset. She was like damn near crying.
There's a few of those. You got to be more precise.
Yeah. She, that's her. That's Lindsay.
That doesn't help me narrow it down. You said a woman that comes up here.
Yeah,
and
well, she
cries.
came up here crying because Voices yelled at her. She wasn't like crying, but she was upset that Voices yelled at her.
That doesn't narrow it down either. Voices yells at a lot of people. It makes them cry. You're not narrowing it down. Like, no offense. That's like Voices.
No, I'll try to see if I can find it. I know exactly who it is. I guess I just figured you would too, but I'll try to find it if I can. If not, it is what it is. She's been up here. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. She's been up here.
No offense to Voices, but that's kind of a common theme, honestly. She yells at someone, that person cries. I can name about 5 other instances this has happened.
Yeah, she came up here, and I think a lot of it has to do with Laura's bullshit. But all right, here we go.
To your understanding, based on your conversations with the respondent, who's your friend, who you mentioned you communicate with several times a week, you said 2. What is your understanding of the purpose for which those accounts were created?
What's my understanding of the purpose of why those were created?
Why did the respondent make those accounts? Do you know?
I think because her art ones had like 50,000 followers on it, and she didn't want to put that on her art feed.
But what on her art feed?
Other videos that aren't about art.
Dude, that is duh. So listen to this. She's a 50,000 person TikTok about art. And here she made a completely separate TikTok account with like 100 subscribers. At the time would have been 0 subscribers, and they, eventually got up to 100. Only 100 TikTok subscribers. And here asking.
So I just want to make it clear. You might laugh at like the question of the lawyer, but a lot of times lawyers have to ask kind of silly questions to lay a foundation. So when he asks like art feed, that's something he kind of has to, like, what does it do? He has to ask that to establish a record. But it is interesting that this lady had a TikTok feed of 50,000 followers, and she decided to separate it on a completely separate channel, which if you're trying to harass someone and you're trying to do the maximum damage to someone, you would think that you would do it on your 50K channel. But instead, she did it on a completely separate channel. And that was pretty much it. So I just wanted to state that. That's all. That's it. That's all. And that's also what Lana is picking up as well.
Damn it. Why did I just hit that? Do you remember where we were at? Because I just hit this button and I don't think this is where we were.
Would you describe your relationship?
Oh, it is.
How would you describe your relationship with the respondents?
Really good. We became friends. Kind of happenstance, but we had a lot in common and just kind of naturally became friends.
And you're still friends to this day?
Yes.
You communicate regularly?
Yes.
How often?
Multiple times a week.
Do you have a social media account?
Yes.
Do you follow the respondent's social media account?
Yes.
We're further along,
familiar?
Queen.
Things like that, things that were like kind of, I don't know, not like motivational, but like,
Yeah, I hit that button and I don't remember what the timestamp was where we were. That's what I was just saying. I don't remember where we were with it. So I don't know how far ahead we are.
We were. I could tell you.
Okay.
You were right under the fast forward button. You see that little line on the second bar where it says recording audio? If you bring the
I don't see anything about recording audio, but I see it says here witness.
Just move forward.
Move it right here.
Move it forward. A little bit more. That's good.
Okay.
Make those accounts. Do you know?
I think because her art ones had like 50,000 followers on it, and she didn't want to put that on her art feed.
Put what on her art feed?
Other videos that aren't about art.
Dude, that is duh. So listen to this. She's a 50,000 person TikTok about art. And here she made a completely separate TikTok account with like 100 subscribers. Well, at the time would have been 0 subscribers, and they, eventually got to up to 100. Only 100 TikTok subscribers. And here asking, well, why didn't she want? Because she didn't. That TikTok's for art. The common sense, yeah. So she wasn't trying to put this out to the masses. It wasn't about that. It wasn't a smear campaign. If you're creating an account to, air your own opinions on a person, that shows common sense, and it shows that the intention wasn't for that. The intent. So that's what this is about right here.
Other videos that aren't about art.
And what were the videos that weren't about art?
Who object is asked and answered.
Well, that would have been accurate before you asked this second question, but I think the second question is appropriate, so overruled.
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Sure. You stated the respondent has another art account that she uses for art. I was asking you so you said she has another account she wanted. Why did the respondent, to your knowledge, create a separate account titled Objection Your Honor?
Now that happened after that. Said so that she didn't intermix. She's got her art account. She didn't want to run this other stuff on the feed. The question that the second one you followed up with was, what are the other posts or videos she's putting on the other account?
Thank you, Your Honor, for that. That's correct. So, what are the other posts?
The other posts on.
You referred to other posts that she didn't want on her art account. What were those videos about?
Those videos were Christina talking about her life, things going on in her life.
What was going on in her life at that time?
I'll object. Wax Foundation, calls for speculation.
To your knowledge.
Hold on. I'm going to sustain that objection. Go ahead.
Do you have? Well, I'm just asking you. What do you understand those videos on her other account to be about? Or, excuse me, let me rephrase. Why did she create a separate account specifically for these videos? You mentioned she didn't want these videos on her other account, on her art main account or whatever. What's your understanding of why she created a separate account about other videos.
So I actually didn't really understand that part either. Like, I don't know. I don't know why she created a second account. I just assumed it was because she didn't want it on her art account. I'm not sure. I don't think we had a conversation of that. So I'm not sure.
How would she this it would be her speculating. She doesn't know. I have no idea why she created that. I'm only speculating that she didn't want it on her art account. Can't remember if we talked about, oh hey man, why are you making a new account? Why don't you just put it on your art account? Like what?
Did I answer the question? I'm sorry.
Like it's the most ridiculous line of questioning here. Absolutely child's play.
That's all.
Lana, now hold on. You ain't nobody to speak on absolute child's play when you went in and played right in the motherfucking court's face for God knows how fucking many times. Girl, don't play that shit. Don't.
That's all I have.
I hope so, because that's all you should have. Girl, bye.
One time, Your Honor, very briefly direct here.
Oh.
The posts that you saw.
Not with the way you
contain
played with the
threats.
court. Girl, don't.
Did they name Lauren?
I'm Foundation Blood Post.
The posts that you were discussing that you said that you saw
Yeah.
on these accounts.
On the objection, Your Honor, now.
Yes, Your Honor.
On any account.
Zero.
Okay, I'm gonna check to legal.
That's why I think it's real rich that Lana's the one commenting on this at all when she's played with the courts herself.
Overruled.
Boom. Overruled, daddy.
Did they refer to Lauren by name?
No.
Did they depict Lauren by photograph with her face showing?
No.
Did they refer to her by name? No. Did they depict her with her face showing? No.
Have you ever threatened Miss Mathias or her associates?
Never.
Have you ever threatened Miss Mathias or her associates? Never. Okay. Really? This is what you based your stuff on, Lauren?
This is crazy.
Have you ever?
Hell yeah, this is crazy. And I'm glad as hell Lana got this shit and put it out.
It's like you're saying, like, she made 50 videos.
Look, this is a fucking Betty move if I ever seen one.
Bro,
Go on court, don't get your way. Come on YouTube, throw a fucking fit, blame law and crime instead of taking accountability. And here the fuck you are now on here. Listen.
bro, did
Yes.
you see? I could not believe that these, like, she made 50 videos and he was playing a little bit like a games where he didn't want to ask the question of, oh, did you ever mention my client by name? Did the video state this, this, and this? Nope, nothing like that. He just basically just wanted to make it look like, oh, well, she made 50 videos and that's bad enough. But meanwhile, names are not mentioned, faces are not shown, threats are not done. Then what are you basing your RO on? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Fucking weird, man.
Purposely stood in their space in order to menace them or intimidate them?
Never.
Have you ever seen Miss MacArthur stand close purposely to Miss Mathias to threaten or intimidate her?
No.
You mentioned some conversations that you had with Miss that were about Miss Mathias.
Mhm.
During those conversations, did you ever hear Miss MacArthur threaten Miss Mathias?
No.
Did you ever hear Miss MacArthur talk about encouraging someone else to threaten or menace Miss
No.
Mathias? Those are all the questions I have, Your Honor.
There you go.
Anything else?
None of that stuff exists.
So, Your Honor, if I may, based on the foundation that's in the Janice Declaration, I'd like to move for the admission of Defense Exhibits 11 through 13. Foundation's been laid, and I'd like the court to receive those.
What are exhibits 13?
Yes, Your Honor. So there's one photo that
Who said Lauren was canceled, Stitching? Where'd that come from?
I don't think she's canceled.
She said Lauren isn't canceled. If she is, she did the shit herself.
But I don't think she will be. You know how it is. It'll probably pass if she doesn't say anything stupid. for the next week or so, and she just gets back into a big case, I think there'll be like people that leave, but most will stay. Depends on her actions. They want me to.
It depicts some of the people that are referenced in the declaration. There is the Boise police report, defendants 12, and then there's also a video that shows some a proximity issue that was raised in Ms. Mathias' declaration.
I think depending on those text messages and what comes out and what she said, if it was about people that she was friends with or if it was about victims that she spoke with and spoke about, will be what will cancel her. If she gets canceled, it will be those that will do it, in my opinion.
Respond.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I haven't had the opportunity to review any of these videos. They haven't been produced or presented here today. The declarations themselves have been produced, but they were all produced on Friday.
Your Honor,
So I would object to them being introduced at this point.
I sent counsel a copy of the videos. We actually sent a link to their, we sent a link to our exhibits.
Did you say something, Tim?
I didn't say anything. What are you talking about?
Oh, somebody. Well, I got a message that said I had cut you off. I didn't hear you. I guess you had said something. They wanted you to do. Somebody wanted you to do. So you said they want me to, and then it stopped. So I guess I cut you off. I didn't realize I didn't even hear you say that. So
I was muted just now.
Oh, okay. I guess before this, I guess you had said something before this, and I didn't hear it when I played it. Okay, here we go.
Within an hour or so of receiving their exhibits for the first time.
Boom.
So yeah, these were provided ahead of time.
What a liar.
To see.
Right ahead of time, you guys both exchanged exhibits on Friday.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And we that's the first time that we had received them as well, even though they're referenced in the August declarations. And so again, that's done in anticipation of trial. If you'd like me to play for the court or show the court the exhibits, I'm happy to do so. But they should be admitted at this point.
What's your objection? Do you have a foundation objection, or is it just that you think you continue with that?
Well, I don't know what the videos are, so I'm not sure if they lack foundation.
Did you review the declaration?
I did. I have not received any videos contrary to for any I haven't received the evidence that he claims to have produced.
Can we hear that again? Stitching said, this exchange is important. Let's hear that again. Hold on. It says, I have not received.
I did. I have not received any videos contrary.
I have not received any videos contrary.
For any I haven't received the evidence that he claims.
Contrary to or any of the, I haven't received the evidence that he claims Jeff produced.
I haven't seen it in my inbox. I haven't seen any notices filed with the court.
Your Honor, I'm happy to provide the email that we provided Mr.
In any case, even if they were provided, it was just last Friday. I haven't had a chance to review it.
Yeah, this is a problem with the cramming that's going on. We do have some real due process issues. First of all, are we done with this?
Dude, I have to pause this. This lawyer literally just lied. You're having a hearing on this case. You guys exchanged your exhibits on Friday. Okay. Hey, you want to wait till the last minute to do things? Well, guess what? That means that you're working on the weekend, right? You haven't had a chance to look at first. I haven't had a chance to look at anything. That's what he said first. Then he said, oh, wait, I didn't receive the email. Wait, what? I thought you didn't have a chance to look at anything. Oh, now it is. I never received that. And then the respondent's lawyer is like, we'll show you the email that we sent. He sent us their exhibits, and then an hour later, we send ours. Okay? I mean, the audacity of just, I'm sorry. When cops lie, I get pissed. When lawyers lie, I get pissed. When people lie, I get pissed. They should be outed. They should be exposed. How are you not prepared? I mean, just
one more thing. Didn't she state, or wasn't it stated that they actually, the petitioner wanted to, both sides wanted the respondent or whatever I think the respondent, I'll just call him respondent, wanted to actually postpone it, but the petitioner wanted to push it forward. And that was the disagreement. And then when he gets there, he's like, I need more time. I want to postpone it when everyone's there. Is that my understanding? And then he's not even prepared, the petitioner's attorney. Is that my understanding? That is true, Train. That is
I was
true.
taking Duke out. I'm sorry. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I see Duke's more important than me. I see how it is.
Yeah, he had to go potty real fast.
I'm joking.
He was going to sit here and start cussing us. I had to take him out.
No. So you have a situation. This is my understanding. I could be wrong. But the petitioner's, the respondent's attorney, Christina's attorney's like, yo, can we move this to another date? I'd like another date. And the petitioner's lawyer is like, no. They show up, it gets scheduled for 4:00, and the other guy's like, the petitioner's like, hey, I want to reschedule this for another time. And then the attorney for the respondent's like, no, you forced us to be here. And then I'm finding out, and is the petitioner basically stating that they did not prepare or even research the case over the weekend or even looked at the exhibits to prepare for the first day of the hearing? And is that my understanding?
Yeah.
Or am I like not getting it? Because it seems like he wanted to rush there to do this and then proceeds to completely come unprepared. That seems like you're wasting the court's time and you're just busting chops. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a Joseph Lasniak move, to be honest with you. Does he have any relatives in this state? Got any relatives or attorneys? Yeah, that's crazy to me. And then you don't research at all. You have no clue about social. Because remember, we read your transcript with the Betty transcript, right? And your attorney knew everything about fucking YouTube, man. That guy was like a pro. He knew exactly how YouTube worked. I mean, if you want to see a stark difference between an attorney that knows what the fuck he's talking about and an attorney that doesn't, listen to the transcript of Queen Bee's attorney deposing Betty, and then listen to this guy. It is night and day. He knew exactly what he was talking about, the attorney from Queen Bee's attorney. This guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He has no clue about how TikTok works and feeds work and channels and how this all works. He's completely out of his depth, and he does not have any sort of understanding of the case, and he's all over the place. I mean, there is no evidence for to support his client, and you're going to find out why the real goal of this protective order or injunction. The petitioner's lawyers are brother? Where did you find that out? Jesus Christ. If that's true. Holy fuckaroos. Might need to fucking... You would think you work a little harder for family, you know what I mean? Just saying, like, hey, sis, I don't give a fuck about looking up your case over the weekend. I'm just gonna, what the fuck? It's not my fault. It's to you. That is true. That's true. You want to play it again? I think they heard enough of me.
Lauren and her team not prepared whatsoever, but yet you brought this on. You went out and got an ex parte. And then here we are. Respondent puts up, hey, we can just proffer our people. Here, this is their declarations. I'm going to ask a couple questions about it, and then you can go ahead and cross them if you want. And then I'm going to redirect maybe a couple, but this is as easy as that. Lauren wants a full flesh blown trial to put on her evidence. What evidence? What evidence? And that's why she backed out, because Lauren's going to put on her 9 hours, which none of it's admissible. It's all crap. It's not evidence. This is disgusting. Wow. But he just lied and he got caught.
Yes, sir. Let me sit down. Thank you. I'm going to withhold admitting those right now, and you can make that motion again when we motion to admit. I don't know if we need anything else from this you're relying on our declarations or lay foundation. So I'll withhold admitting.
Now listen to what the judge says. The judge has interesting comments that he says about where this is headed and how he sees everything coming up for the October 16th date that ends up getting, quashed because Lauren withdrew her petition. She's being stalked. She's traumatized. All these things are bad that are happening to her. She's got the courts right here. She has a lawyer and she withdraws. And I'll tell you why after you hear what the lawyer's about or what the judge is about to say. Listen up.
Our goals that you guys,
All right, y'all.
our goals are to witness.
This is what the dogs say. Listen to this. This is important. If you didn't listen to nothing else, listen to this shit right here. What the judge says.
This is we need today.
Yes, Your Honor. Just revisiting that issue, though, I mean, the issue that I'm having is I'd like to make a motion to dismiss the temporary restraining order today. Again, almost a month is a long time for a temporary order to last, and I think that particularly Defendants 12, the Boise Police Report, is really central to the way that Ms. Mathias obtained the temporary order in the first place. She represents...
So that's going to be hearsay. I mean, let's talk about that. That's one of the things. That police report is hearsay, and her testimony doesn't get you past hearsay.
Well, so her testimony can lay, and if you'd like, I can absolutely lay foundation for how she received it. It's a business record. The police have kept it in the ordinary course of
You
business.
don't have an officer here.
This is a civil proceeding. That's right, but she can testify that she received it directly from the police, along with the other videos and things that the petitioner submitted. And with that, it's kept in the ordinary course of business. It is a police report, but
she couldn't lay foundation, and you might look at it. She can't lay foundation that it was kept in the regular course of business. She's not the records keeper for the police department. And really, let's go to your primary point. I don't want to get caught up on that. Your primary point is that you've got some issues with the temporary stalking injunction being extended during this time period. And from your arguments previously, it seems like your client's primary concern is that this impacts her ability to make a living.
She's saying it impacts her ability to make a living. Flutter said Lauren was being very sneaky here, but she wouldn't have known to do that if not given the loopholes by a lawyer, her so-called brother, allegedly. Yeah. Interesting, huh?
yes,
And her free speech rights.
yes, Your Honor.
Talk to me about the free speech rights. How does this impact her free speech rights?
Yeah, so with that, Your Honor,
And I read your case law. I want to know factually what in the stalking injunction prevents her from saying what she's saying. Go ahead.
Sure, Your Honor. Well, so, and we don't believe that it does, but petitioner has alleged that by posting videos without using the petitioner's name or her likeness, that she has violated the temporary order. Now, the amended temporary restraining order does say to keep off online. The respondent understood that to be do not contact her on TikTok, do not contact her on Instagram or on any other platform. The allegation is simply by referring, referencing, making a post that's related to the petitioner online that she's somehow violated the temporary order. There's 3 videos that they claim have already violated it. That's 3 of the 6 alleged violations that they're prepared to talk about today. And so there's got to be some clarity there. That just doesn't jive with Towner or with Fischler. Certainly the First Amendment allows talking to third parties or the public about somebody. That's Towner v. Ridgeway. That's been the law for a long time. Fischler reiterates it. It's just plain letter law in Utah. She hasn't communicated through these posts to or specifically directed at the petitioner. And for that reason, I mean, she's basically gagged online at this point, according to petitioner. Now we're hoping that the court determines and agrees with us that you can't interpret the amended temporary order that way. But certainly they've alleged that on the language on its face, that she's not allowed to go online and to post anything related to the petitioner. And obviously that's got First Amendment issues, and practically it's unfeasible. Everybody goes online and everybody can comment with their friends.
Instagram, TikTok, those are ways that we communicate these days. And certainly, Ms. entitled to communicate to her friends and followers via these online platforms. And it's simply unfair to go another 3 weeks just allowing petitioner to collect videos that have been posted that are First Amendment protected and bring them and use them as a cudgel when we get finally to court for the full hearing, which we thought was going to happen today.
Go ahead, response.
I have to object to the characterizations he's made on behalf of myself and my client about positions. The evidence that we're getting lost in weeds. The motion he made was based on the declaration, the testimony we've heard in the declarations, that the court should suspend the temporary order. But there is no evidence to suggest that. Like, that's not the question. The question, Your Honor, is whether or not my client has the burden to prove that it should continue. There's been no motion to set it aside at this point. So that's improper. That's not properly before the court. The rest is just argument and representation.
Why would he file a motion to set it aside? He's got to have a hearing today to deal with it in full.
Well, I'm just saying procedurally. There are procedural ways to do that. Those haven't been met. That's why the other arguments about what's been said online or what they're about have yet to be proven and shown. Virtually all of what he said is not based on evidence that is before the court today. I can't make that rule.
What?
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and with that, Your Honor, this is a motion that we're making. We learned minutes ago that this is going to be extended for another 3 weeks, and this severely impacts respondents' civil rights. I mean, this is what we have. I mean, at a minimum, we need a clarification for the amended temporary order that that makes clear that she's entitled to go online and talk about whatever she chooses to talk about online, and that certainly can't be a gag order that it has extended, that we're going to be on for a motion for sanctions about, and then that's going to go for another 3 weeks now.
Your Honor, I would object to the characterization of the language of the civil strike injunction itself. It's not what he represents.
Well, I'm reading it.
It's
So I can, and it's my order, so I'll make the interpretation of it.
Sure.
Okay. I do have, I'm not sure how this was interpreted, but let's go back to the purpose of an ex parte temporary order.
Perfect. Let's talk about it.
To stop any harm. Specifically, we're looking at ongoing threats or physical harm that could happen. It's made without all the information. It's made simply, basically from one side, providing the information. As the ex parte order right now, it prohibits personal contact and prohibits threatening, annoying, stalking, harassing. That will remain in place as is. As to the no contact order, that will remain in place. Specifically as to the text, mail, email, or any other communication directly or indirectly. In other words, I don't want them talking to each other. Now, it does identify other people and family members for sure. So Mr. Matthias is sure going to be covered by that. As to Grayson Yore, is there any reason that your client would need to contact Mr. Yore?
It's a
Miss Yore, but no.
It's a girl.
Thank you. Okay, then Miss Yore's included on this. Son is covered by this. So that will remain in place as well. As far as the stay away order portion of it, stay away from her home, that will remain in place as well. Is there any reason why she would need to go to near a job site or a school of Ms. Matthias?
Well, no, but just to clarify, I mean, there's public places where they both.
I'm going to deal with that.
Okay. So no, not in Henderson, Nevada.
Okay. And then I think this is the provision that may be misinterpreted here, that she's prohibited from online forums and social media accounts. But that was in kind of in in parentheses, but then it says down there, the 2025 CrimeCon Expo that was in Denver, Colorado, September 5th through 7th. When I was reviewing this, that was what I was looking at.
Did you hear that?
I was getting back over here. I'm sorry. Yep, I'm here.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
With the CrimeCon? So the ex parte was in particular, when he was talking about social media, was about the 2025 CrimeCon. So this woman drove all the way to Utah, got an ex parte for a particular for CrimeCon. And then mysteriously, the cops are alerted. You know, the husband gets served with the ex parte, right? But then mysteriously, the cops are are alerted about the situation before Miss Christine gets served at 3:00 in CrimeCon. I find that very interesting. It's almost like a setup. It's almost like you did it on purpose so that she would be embarrassed at CrimeCon.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like. Kind of what it seemed like from the motherfucking jump, which is bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. That's some bully ass bullshit.
That's some crazy situations that you're doing. Both parties. I don't know. I just feel like it's like a setup. I don't know. It's just that whole bar situation at night seemed like a setup to me. Christine said I contacted y'all in the body cam.
Yeah, well, especially when Joe Schmo stood up here last night and said that, yeah, they moved 3 times closer to her so that they could get a picture of her.
Yeah.
And they continued to keep moving closer to her, and then they called the cops.
Yeah.
After they moved closer to her 3 different times.
And he addressed...
Okay, here, hold on. I got pictures of the bar here, too. I'm going to put these up because I forgot all about this yesterday.
Yeah, you have to... that bar is big. That place is big.
And I didn't even see these in time like yesterday. So now I have them today. I'm gonna put them up here so you guys can see the bar and how freaking big this sucker is.
So yeah, he does talk about the bar situation and the restaurant situation, which I hope Duty Wrong kind of listens to. I hope he actually listens to the stream a little bit, or this stream or like this recording, and just kind of see what the full situation is, because I feel like he was told half truths and he's not aware of the full situation. I think he's been told half truths and he's not aware of it at all. And I think the same thing with Web Sleuths. I think she's not being told the full truth at all. That's what I think. Because after listening to this, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is really fucking not good. This is not good for Lauren.
Right. Well, that's why I said, depending on what messages come out, that's gonna be the biggest question.
Yeah. I don't know who said that though, Love. I forgot. I heard that was said, but I don't know where that was said at, Love, always. But yeah. I mean, in the end of the day, I just think this is just kind of a malicious move. This is a very malicious move by Lauren to basically, you know, this lady paid money to come to CrimeCon or maybe got a ticket ahead of time. You run over to the state of the person who's your alleged stalker to get an ex parte. And I heard that this Lana lady is got to get it, and she's got to read it. So we're going to find out, you know, someone's going to have it out. And I just wonder what type of bullshit she fed to this judge to get an ex parte. And I'm just saying. And then proceeds to mention about CrimeCon in particular. That's so fucked up, man. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, it is. Here.
Was that crime?
Listen to this, you guys. This is unbelievable. She specifically wanted CrimeCon on here when she went to get her ex parte.
Yep.
She put this down. This is absolutely fucked up.
And let's look at this parte order real fast. This is the shit she had filled out. And it's redacted.
Oh, shit.
But look at this. So, well, this is the request and order for electronic media coverage of court proceedings, okay? This is what they were saying. The requester is granted, okay? The court order was granted. And it says, as per the rule, there will be no electronic media coverage of a juror or prospective juror until the person is dismissed. Electronic media coverage of a person who is a minor, so her child would not. She said, I'm not going to make this public for my child's mental health.
But she would know that. You know what I mean? Children are never filmed in a court case.
Exactly. So that's the excuse that she used. The very first one that she came out with was Law and Crime is going to film this, and I'm not going to use my mental health for entertainment purposes. Knowing damn well it wasn't going to be he wasn't going to be shown anyways. Electronic media coverage of exhibits or documents not in the official public record. So she knew they would be shown, the exhibits and the documents, etc., that was in the public record. Audio recording of transmission of the content of bench conferences. Audio recording of transmission of the content and confidential communications between counsel and client, between clients, or between counsel. So she knew damn well what was going to be filmed and what wasn't.
Yeah.
For her to sit there and use that shit that her child, she's saving her child's mental health, is a fucking excuse.
Yeah, she lied.
Anyway, thank you for dropping 10 memberships. I appreciate that. If you guys got one, please make sure you tell her thank you.
You got a
and
slap.
when we're done here, we will be going over to the Hive sidebar to deal with BJ's bullshit.
Why do we even talk about that lady? That lady's she's.
Well, they were talking about my vagina, and I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. But it's going to be.
But you know they're desperate. They're desperate. They're so desperate.
When they got, when her husband. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at this because I'm not going to continue with this on here. So here we go.
Yeah.
Lauren, you are fucked up. You went to basically evict her from CrimeCon. This is why people call you a mean girl.
I in no way intended that the respondent was to be kept off of social media sites. I do think that's freedom of speech issues, and I don't think that this order was intended to cover that. So she can get on those now.
Did you hear that, Warren? We'll play it back so you can hear it.
That was what I was looking at, was that CrimeCon. I in no way intended that the respondent was to be kept off of social media sites. I do think that's freedom of speech issues, and I don't think that this order now. I guess she runs the risk if she's on those and those are interpreted as annoying or harassing, although I will say that's a fairly high bar in the sense of just because somebody says something you don't like, that's not going to be a violation of the stalking injunction. And there would have to be directed comments that were clearly meant for a specific purpose. Yeah, there was in obtaining the order, petitioner made some allegations that she had strong belief that she was in immediate danger. Was in Denver, Colorado. Now, as to the work environment, it does sound like the parties may attend similar court hearings. I'm assuming court hearings. Is there any other public buildings where they need to be in the same spot?
Well, the accompanying press conferences and other kind of public places is what we're talking about.
Okay. As to those, I do think that this order is not intended to stop this from working.
So I would object to that characterization, Your Honor. Ms. Lynn. Sorry, the respondent doesn't work at courthouses. She's not a criminal investigator. My client is.
Your client's not special.
Representation that they need to appear in public, they may appear in public places based on her It's not accurate. She has no employment in this field.
I think it's not disputed that they're public places. It may be in dispute whether they consider her to be a professional in this field. We certainly do call that a disputed issue, but it's not disputed that they're public places.
What does she do?
She takes photos.
She's a photographer.
Yeah. She's not a photographer for the court. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's true. She's a freelance photographer, and she also is, like everybody, trying to make her way in this true crime industry. Okay, that's right. She does freelance work for some national news outlets you would have heard about.
Okay. Yeah, let me address the public place argument first. That doesn't fly because stalking injunctions often cover public places. However, it does sound like she has a right to be there and she's got a purpose for being there. And if that's the case, if she's there with a purpose, then she can be there. The order is that they will keep, that she will.
So for the record, if this would have gotten clarified before they went out, so if I was this girl, Christina, I would have gotten this clarified before I left for CrimeCon, and I would have been able to be in CrimeCon, because you would have gotten clarification on this, because she's going there for work. Okay. Trust me, I know somebody that was planning on doing this to me when the preliminary hearing was set in Idaho. And I went ahead and took the proper measures to make sure that this could not happen to me. But that person was just talking out of their ass. But needless to say, this is absolute shit. And when Lauren went out of her way to do this strategically to cause a scene at CrimeCon, okay, to try to rally people around her and her fake ass, I'm so scared bullshit, okay, and gaslighting Grayson off of camera, but then recording when she goes on camera to, this hysteria. You're pathetic, you're sick, you're petty. And why would anybody do this if they have 340,000 people that are following their channel? Why even mention this? Because of the bombs that are coming. Lauren was getting in front of her fucking train wreck. Said it last week.
Keeping the distance because Ms. Mathias, she's not a respondent. There isn't a counter one. So Ms. is required to keep the distance from the petitioner. Now, it's hard to say exactly how far that is because it may be different if we've got a media scrum or something and we've been taking photos, then it may be closer. But she certainly cannot be right next to her. She certainly can't be making faces to her. She can't be making gestures. She can't be making comments. None of that can occur. If they're in a courtroom, like a courtroom here today, I'd expect that they would be on opposite sides of the courtroom. So I expect to receive a modified temporary civil stalking injunction with those changes incorporated.
Your Honor, if I may, I'm sorry. There is actually one more place where the online stuff and the social media, way down at the bottom with other relief sought, is actually where I was quoting from earlier, where it says that she's not allowed to post relating to or referencing petitioner. And that's, I think, one of the things that we need to clarify.
It says respondent shall cease and desist any and all online activity and communications relating to or referring to the petitioner, her immediate family and extended family members.
Is that portion subject to the court's clarification on the other bit that you just made?
Yeah, I think that was clear before that I expect her not to post anything necessarily that she's running a risk. If she posts something negative about her, that's something she can, I guess, theoretically do. But she needs to be careful in walking that line.
I tell people to go fuck themselves all the
Is there
time.
any clarification you could give us on what might be qualified as a negative?
Go fuck yourself. Is that negative? Fuck you. Is that negative? I think that you're a lunatic. I think that you're outrageous. I think that you are a sap. I know that you copied off my girlfriend's papers at Delphi, Lauren. You wanted her notes so bad. While you're coloring during the DNA testimony. While Grayson is running around like a chicken with her head cut off trying to get everything. I was there. I was around these people. Okay. Hey, girl, you want my notes? I got you. I won't even charge you because I just want the truth out there, not the bullshit that she was spinning during Delphi. So whatever. Keep coloring.
Well, if she's threatening her, again, we have to go back to the purpose of a stalking injunction. If she's threatening her, if there's a harassment that would cause emotional harm, I mean, all of us run the risk that somebody's going to say something bad about us. Whether that turns into harassment I think that's a high bar.
Is there any
Let me be clear on this, Mr. Dale. This civil stalking injunction was in no way meant to silence what Miss is doing.
Boom!
Whoa.
This was no way to silence this respondent. Dude, did you just hear that? Let me just remind everybody. Hey, judge. Thank you.
Wow.
Silence. This wasn't meant to silence her.
Not about us. Whether that turns into harassment I think that's a high bar. Let me be clear on this, Mr. Dale. This civil stalking injunction was in no way meant to silence what Miss is doing. And I want to be very clear on that.
Very clear.
And any permanent stalking injunction will not be for that purpose.
Boom! And that's why she withdrew. And that's why she withdrew, ladies and gentlemen. You have no case. And Law and Crime was just going to record it and just show the world that this shit needs to stop. Y'all fake, phony bitches that can't handle a little criticism. You know what? If you can't take it, then don't dish it. Wah, wah, wah. People can think whatever they want about me, but I'll tell you what they usually don't say about me. They usually don't say that she doesn't know what she's talking about or, yeah, whatever. Dude, I may not be your cup of tea, but you cannot knock the efforts and the work ethic and the production of, hey, I may not be your cup of tea, you may not like my language, but at the end of the day,
didn't you
don't fuck with my integrity and my
multiple protective orders?
You can respect me and you can still disagree with me. But this shit, you can't respect. This is child's play. I think that this stuff should be illegal. I know that it's civilly, if I was this Christina broad, I'd sue the fuck out of her.
I guess I'm looking for clarity on what it is the court is basically it's ruling on when it says what she does or what she's doing. And
what do you mean?
So the respondent isn't a true crime investigator. She's a photographer. She has an art channel on Instagram. She has separate media accounts, social media accounts that discuss solely the flaws of my client.
This lawyer thinks that he is going to identify what this respondent does for a living. You need to sit down, sir. I don't care what you think, and you're trying to say that I'm not this and I'm not that. Who are you? You said that you didn't read anything. You said that you didn't know what was going on, and we didn't get any of the emails. We don't have the declarations. So what is it? Sit down, man. Sit down. This lawyer is pathetic.
To air that, to cause her harassment.
Fuck you.
I guess I'm not sure that, but we haven't had the chance to provide all that evidence yet. We'll do that at the next hearing. My concern, though, is that based on just the testimony today, that has not been challenged or refuted. And so there is still an outstanding concern that the activity we've alleged that is happening online and in person and to other contacts has not been refuted properly and does not.
Yeah, and I'm not making a final ruling. I'm making
so if the order is to remove this online protection from specific directed, harassment, embarrassing things that would cause my client emotional distress. I guess that's what I'm looking for clarification on. Is the court withdrawing that based on something it saw today? Because there isn't anything we've seen today.
Thank you.
Well, I think what the court is looking at is we're trying to get more clarity than a one-sided order that was initially signed.
Yeah.
That was based on
Boom.
Boom, baby. That right there. We need more clarity on a one-sided issue that was signed.
one-sided
And this is-
information.
That's what ex partes are, one-sided information. Okay. And so
And this is the problem. It's like when Duty Ron stated that it's like, oh, the court order was made, all this stuff, and it's like you can't base a decision on stalking if someone's a stalker based upon a one-sided argument from an ex parte. You just can't. What were we gonna say? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Somebody in the chat said, so who is Boston going to side with now? Lana or BJ? Because BJ's mod is Boston, and she says her name is Boston, sides with Lana. So who's she gonna go with? She gonna side with Boston, or Boston gonna side with BJ, or she gonna side with Lana?
Oh shit. I think a lot of people are realizing they made, they thought that they could use this whole situation, a Lauren situation, as a way to, help their little arguments like Betty and BJ, and they're realizing, oh shit, this is getting worse and worse. This is horrible.
Look, breaking chains, Boston always goes with Lana, no questions asked. Boom, there you go. There you go.
Exactly.
guess what I'm going to be presenting next? We got to get that ex parte, baby. Let's go and see what Lauren put out there. Let's go and hear what Lauren said to the judge, because the ex parte hasn't even been challenged yet. And so the respondent goes and they get the audio recording of it, and they get to listen to what good old Lauren was saying. And all of that stuff is subject to cross-examination. Which means, yeah, I wouldn't want anything to do with October 16th. Because if I lied, whoo, boy.
We don't mean to interfere with her public or First Amendment rights. But to the extent she has made specific channels titled Objection, Your Honor, that are about my client, we would ask that protections or restrictions on those accounts be held in place until
But that seems to be directly a freedom of speech issue.
They're directed at.
Right, which is a freedom of speech issue. You can say things about people. We may not like them, but we can say things. What she's prohibited from doing, let me be clear, because you're asking for clarity. She cannot threaten. She can't threaten her physically or her family. She cannot defame her. If there's a defamation, then that's something that's illegal and would fit under a stalking injunction. I think that's what we're looking at, is that she can't do.
I can represent to you that there are many, many videos that defame my client.
Okay.
So I would ask that temporary protection be in place until such time as we can review, the court can review the defamation.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm amending that, saying that she won't threaten. We're going to be very clear online. She won't threaten. She won't defame. Okay.
Whether online or other.
Well, she's not talking to her in person. I expect zero communication.
No.
As far as she can't talk to her, she can't email her, she can't text her. Mr. Dunkelberger, I want to be clear, she can't do that through a third party. She can't send a message through a third party. There is to be no communication there. The other parts of the civil stalking injunction remain intact as well. I don't want her near her house.
Does the 500 feet specifically remain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, as to her house. Now, like I said, the only exception to the 500 feet is if they're in a public space that they cannot be 500 feet apart. And then I expect them to be as far apart as reasonably possible. That's language I want in there, Mr. Dunkelberger.
Dungles.
But otherwise, that is 500 feet. So Mr. Dunkelberger, if they're in a mall, your client needs to move away 500 feet. If they're in a restaurant and if your client comes in,
You can meet me at the mall. It's going down. Meet me in the it's going down. Who goes to the mall anymore, man? I know all my shit online, baby. Meet me at the mall. It's going down. I know you guys want me to read the declarations. So
second, then your client needs to not go in and needs to leave.
What if it's the other way around?
What a
She was there
dumbass.
first.
Well,
And
why
I
would your
can't believe
client go
Lauren
in if
fucking
she's
tried
worried,
this.
she's worried about her health and she knows her there?
that's the key. If she didn't know she was there, but the respondent says, well, I was here first, well, what should my client expect to do in that circumstance?
Well, I would expect that your client is worried about her she would leave. Now, if by chance we've got Miss McCarthy is in there, I'm assuming your client's not going to go over and approach her. I'm assuming Miss McCarthy is not going to approach her and that she will leave, provided she's finished her meal. But I expect that there would be no communication. There would be no, again, facial gestures, anything of that. They finish their meal, they go on their way. We got to be careful how we're using the tools of the law in this courtroom. And I expect the parties to use common sense.
what's that?
Okay, Mr. Dale, anything I missed on you that you want else addressed?
Let me review the language from other, these clarifications you're making, I assume they apply also to the other protected individuals, her husband, her son, coworkers, et cetera.
Went through that. Yep.
Okay, I think you did.
Oh,
Professional associates, other known professional associates of my client. Can we retain that
She's
language?
they're not covered under this list. So no, you can have contact with them. What I did prohibit is third party communications. You can't send a message through one of them.
oh shit. Okay.
You can stop it. It's no
With
more.
respect to,
Go ahead.
sorry.
Finish up.
With respect to the online posts, I think that's the biggest concern for my client. In addition to defaming statements, is there any other clarification the court can give on what would constitute a defamatory statement? So that there's no argument. So there's no like.
What's legally defined as defamation? It's got to fit the legal definition.
Okay. What about harassment?
I don't know what that's going to qualify as, and I can't get into everything. I would say, Ms. MacArthur, I'd be careful in the way you do that. But again, if she's just saying negative stuff, this is not, again, a stalking injunction is not a remedy for shutting down speech that a person doesn't like somebody saying about them. And it seems like that's what you're trying to do in this case.
Well,
Wow.
again, Your Honor, I would argue that we're not asking to restrict her speech. She can still go anywhere else.
That is, online speech is every bit as effective as anywhere else.
Some forms of.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy. This is wild.
The judge is like saying, it seems like you're trying to restrict this person's freedom of speech. And online, and he's like telling him, like the judge telling him, like online speech is just as important as in-person speech. So it's like now you know why the lady's like, we need to cancel this hearing. This judge is not going to rule in our favor. We have no evidence, and we're going to look like fools on fucking News Nation. And now we know why she was crying in bed. I'd be crying in bed too. Paid $10,000 or like my brother was helping me. I'd be like, brother, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Jesus Christ. You think the judge would have ruled in our favor? Queen?
No. No, I do not.
Bro. What the fuck? People.
Rocky says, I love this for all these biatches. BJ, Sweaty, Lion, Lauren, all of them.
Bro, it's going to get worse. And I heard that the TV is looking into like all the backgrounds, the whole Lauren and the
Who is?
husband. TB Turtle Boy.
Oh, he is. He said he did his live today. Said exposing Lauren.
It's like she opened up such a can of worms. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. You could not fuck up this much. This is wild to me. This is absolutely
Oh,
wild.
it is. You want to listen to the last couple minutes of this before we move on to the next slide or to the next video?
Nah, because I think it's just her commentary. It's
I really don't. Okay. I just wanted to be sure first.
You know how it is.
That was an epic mic drop.
Shit, I can't believe that. Now we know why she just dropped it and walked away. She's done.
Oh yeah.
And then she cried in bed after that. She's like, quickly, Grayson, record me while I cry in bed about my.
We gotta get ahead of this. Oh, here, I got another one for you. Check this one out. This is one that's really she's simping hard for Lauren. This is her other friend here. She is simping hard as fuck. This one right here. And they all call Christina a stalker, the ones that don't like her, obviously.
Well,
here's one of them that doesn't like her.
Yeah, that's the one that did the video recording in the bar.
Yep.
Proceeded to launch her campaign of collecting flying monkeys to find anyone and everyone who knows Lauren to gather information for her constant barrage of threats, attacking and mocking Lauren on her TikTok, and attempting to drive a wedge between Lauren and anyone who supports her, including other creators, other channels, and family members who are victims.
Well, in her live stream that she does, she goes on to further explain that she also had this and had trouble with people believing her because, she's not to be, she wasn't believed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think people need
She's
to think for themselves.
She's simping super hard though. Let me go pull this up real fast.
Isn't that Valo's cousin or something, or relative or something? That lady with the glasses.
I'm not sure who she is to her, but it's odd to me. She has like 25,000 subscribers. She's got 45,000 views on this. So obviously, Lauren shared this with her Patreon.
Friend. So she is. That's Valo's cousin.
Oh, that's okay. Well, there we go. So yeah, this is her in here talking about.
Understand how upsetting and triggering and traumatizing and terrorizing it can be.
Really? Okay. Keep in mind what you just heard the judge say. Keep in mind you just heard what the judge said and the lawyers, okay? You guys just heard everything from the courtroom as if you was in there.
Especially here on the internet, where it's this false reality. Nobody talks face to face. It makes it really.
I gotta pump her up to 1.5 because she talks so slow, and I'm a fast talker. I gotta.
Miss Connor, can I say this? Miss Connor, if you watch this, you're welcome to jump on the panel, just like anyone else. And you can discuss your ideas on why you think that Miss Lauren's getting stalked and harassed, and will be polite to you. And this invitation goes to anyone who wants to debate the facts about this particular situation. You are welcome to jump on this panel, and we will have a discussion. Now, I'm not going to show you my face, but I'll be polite. You can see the little bee talking. You'll see little bees talking to you, but I think we could do that. So just open invitation to you. I think we were too mean on Mr. Joe Schmo. I think we were pretty nice to him in comparison to a lot of other people around here. Just saying. You want to play more? And you can hear the chair squeak. Oh, my. Me? I got to oil this fucking chair again.
All right, here we go. Ready?
One for their response or fast forward through their video and come out with a snap judgment because it's easier not to admit to ourselves that it could happen to any of us at any time. I guarantee you, if someone you know came to you in person and they were in tears telling you about how a situation like this is happening to them and how it's affecting them, your reaction would be very different than getting into a live stream that is an echo chamber where everybody agrees with you and adding on to the hate. And by the way, YouTube as well is particularly insidious because you get to choose your username and you get to choose your little avatar picture, which in most cases has nothing to do with what the person looks like. I have no idea who most of you are. I'm grateful for you. I'm glad you're here. But, you know, I found this when I went to CrimeCon and people would stop me and thank me for my channel.
Oh, hold on. Hillbilly Nitro, I think maybe you have us confused, maybe. It says you should look up how many restraining orders Turtle Boy has tried to get on people before you start blowing his horn. Well, baby, I don't know if you must not be familiar with our channel, and you.
Oh, he is. He is. Wait. I'm just gonna clear. We're not blowing his horn. I think he has gotten a lot. He has currently a restraining order on Kate, I believe he's done. I do not agree with it. I think he also did a lot of witness intimidation, and I think he's facing some serious issues. I do not condone anything what he did on that fucking situation. Though I have very little faith now with the Massachusetts because apparently they fuck up over every single time. But yeah, we're not simping for him. But I'm just pointing out that the situation is that she opened up a can of worms that now everyone's looking in on her, including TV. I do not go to his channel. I do not watch his channel, and I do not give a fuck. And honestly, he can go fuck himself. So making that very clear. So I'm not simping for TV. But I do watch that reaction with the whole situation with him finding out was pretty hilarious.
Yes, it was. Him finding out about the sperm situation was a fucking, oh my God, that shit was priceless.
And Nitro's been around a lot. He was actually with Heels. He was the guy that figured out
I was going to say that he would know us. He would know we don't simp for him then. I was going to say he must be new or something. He must be not be around.
No. He's
familiar with us like that. He would know that we don't simp for him.
It's a very weird situation we're in because we agree with TB in this scenario, and we agree.
Oh yeah, isn't it crazy as hell? Glaire's pissed the fuck off. He went right over to Sledges and said they wanted an innocent woman in jail. They're terrible people. Glaire, go suck the fucking top of a goddamn liquor bottle some more and shut your fucking bitch puss mouth.
Yeah,
we can't fucking stand you anyways, little bitch. And it didn't change from last time to this time. You fucking tried to have an innocent mother, having her snatch her fucking kids up and fucking supported a fucking nasty ass piece of shit, Michael fucking Long. So fuck you, Glaire.
But yeah, I am not simping for TV. I'm not sure if he's going to jail, honestly. You know, I used to think he might go to jail, but I'm not really too hopeful for the prosecution. Let's just say that much. It's not looking good. So, but yeah, I didn't like. That's why I kind of found it fucked up that Lauren was like, "Hey, I love you, TV," but meanwhile, the guy's literally doing witness intimidate. Like, literally went to one of the witnesses' game in a, I think of some sort of sports activity and filmed the mother and the whole game. So it's kind of hilarious that Lauren is cool with that, but then she's gonna cry about her kid. That's why I was going. But that's the answer, Nitro, just to let you know.
Gatsby says here, Megan and others that would not speak against Kay, Larry, and Colby are targeted by the 7 and the others. Megan is coming from a place of extreme religion and about in her childhood. Okay. Well, like I said, that explains a lot. There's a lot of people here. You know what, though? Listen, from what I'm seeing right now, there's a lot of people who are standing with Lauren or behind Lauren because of their past experiences or something they've went through, or in my opinion, religious manipulation, you know, things like that. I understand that's what it is. And some people are going to believe what they believe, and that's fine. And some people are going to stand with Lauren no matter what, and that's fine too. I don't hate the girl. I don't have, any like hard feelings towards her. I do think it's really fucked up to do this to somebody in their real life. People like David Matzik deserve a fucking goddamn permanent lifetime restraining order.
True.
This right here is internet hurt feelings stuff. When they start saying they're going to beat your head in with a 2x4, when they're going to come show up at your fucking house and kick your door in, when they know your children's schedules and everything they do, when they start pulling FOIAs on your kids and, handing it off to a fucking predator, that's when you have fucking problems. That's when you need to go to court. Fighting with your fucking friends and having messages come out and text messages come out. We've been there, done that, dealt with that already.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks, but don't put shit on paper you don't want other
that would be crazy. That would be like a situation where you would be sending a fucking restraining order against Jonesy, and you would be trying to get her because she fucking saved us.
Insanity to me. That is insanity to me. I would never do no shit like that.
It'd be hard to serve her with her in her helicopter flying around. She'll be trying to throw the thing to serve her while she's
get off the ground and shoot in it. It would not come off the ground, and you know it.
Yeah, believe me, I'm not glazing that shit, man. Listen, I think, in my opinion, I think she got, I think she's guilty, Carrie. But at the end of the day, the jury's out. It is what it is. You got to keep it moving. You can't be obsessive about it.
Let's look at these pictures real fast. I want to show you these real quick. I gotta log in to get them because I thought they were sent over on Discord, but they were in my messages. How to switch over, send them over, and then download them. So it took extra time.
Believe me. But I just found it hilarious that Lauren tried to glaze Turtle Boy, and Turtle Boy just said, fuck you to her. I got your book, Turtle Boy. I want to learn to unleash my inner Turtle Boy. Lauren's like stating this, and he just said, fuck you.
He said what?
Bro, she's like, this is her exact line. He says, you're not a victim. And then she states, we could agree to disagree, but I loved what you did during Karen Reed. And also, my husband got me your book, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck, to unleash my inner Turtle Boy. I thought that was hilarious. And he just said, fuck you.
Yeah, he said, fuck you. And then decided he was going to go live. And he put exposing everything about Lauren Matthias today.
Part of me really wanted him to kind of trick her to get onto an interview with you jump on his show. I swear to God, I was just kind of like, just do it, Lauren. Go on the show.
So here's one of the pictures of how big this place is. One of the pictures of where they were.
It's giant.
Yeah. It's absolutely. Oh, here's another one. Here, let's open this one. Look at this motherfucker right here. Look how big this is. Are you joking me? Are you joking me right now?
Holy shit! That looks like you could play fucking basketball across there. This might be bigger than a basketball court. Like, this is huge.
And you guys, and you guys had to move 3 times to get closer. You guys had to get up and physically move 3 fucking times to get close to Christina so that you could call the fucking police. That's some bullshit. That is some setup shit that you guys are pulling.
That might be bigger than my high school gym.
Look at this. Look how big this is all together in one. Okay, here it is. Look at this. You're telling me there's not room for both you in there? Seriously? You really had to go call the fucking cops after you moved closer 2 or 3 different times. That is some dirty shit. You wanted to embarrass her. You wanted to have her on body cam. You are an asshole, in my opinion. Look, Hillbilly says here, Lauren was trying to pull a page out of Turtle Boy Playbook. These people are fucking weird.
Yeah, man.
This is some dirty shit. So you go and get a fucking ex parte. You have her husband served. Then before she's even served, You got, oh my God, I cannot.
Look at Rachel. She said, beats him. They had high schools and gymnasiums back in the 1800s.
Oh, now here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Listen here. You don't know what it's like to walk barefoot to school. Like, I'm just saying.
Stalking the stalker? Seems like it. It seems like Lauren was too, in my opinion. Shit.
Yeah. I think
Ain't
they
that fucking nuts?
Honestly, isn't it kind of weird that everything she's accusing this Christine person she did, she went up to this person, she proceeded to take pictures and video, and she's working with multiple people to set her up in this location. That seems stalkish to me. I don't know. That seems a little stalkish to me, but I could be wrong. Yeah, exactly, Tamzila. The judge said that if Christina is somewhere first, he would expect Lauren to not go in. And that's done all the time. That's why I was like kind of shocked when Duty Ron said, "Oh, I would," the other guy said I would arrest her. I'm like, no cop would arrest someone that's there already. They would expect the person who's terrified for their life to see someone that they have an RO in the bar already, and they would leave. They would be like, okay, I can't, this person is a psycho. I don't want to be around this person, but the person's already there. You can't use your RO as a shield to just expel them from locations all over the city. That means you're weaponizing, and it's not right to do shit like that. I say some of the people may be hyper vigilant. That's not always a good thing. Let me see. That's it. Now I'm going to finish my BTM musical. Fuck. That's not good. Definitely a little. I think, like, honestly, if you connect all the dots, this woman, I really truly believe that Lauren was setting up Christina to get arrested at CrimeCon. I truly believe that. That's what I believe. And I could be wrong. You all know when you're in a crowded bar and you find a table you stay at. Yeah, and you could clearly see that, Christina's already there and Lauren's seen them. And then instead of like moving or leaving or being farther away from them, she moves closer to them. To be in that shot, that nice camera shot when they take a picture. He did not. He went to the game and asked Jennifer and Matt questions. Who went to the game? I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Miss Upperthigh. Oh, you're talking about TV. He was at the set. He was at the podium on this when Jen was actually on the podium filming him. There's actually a video of it on Miss Upperthigh. 100% believe Tim. When you asked Joe Schmo last night, would you risk your life for convenience? It's like the hammer hitting the nail. Yeah, like if someone's threatening to kill you, right? You truly believe this person's a psycho, they're threatening your family. Would you really start drinking a multitudes of alcohol around a guy that's you have an RO against? You would think to yourself, you would want to be alert and be ready, or you would not want to be around there in your most vulnerable moments. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. Exactly right. I was listening yesterday in the company. Do you know where the front yard is that he liberated his poor dog from toast? I don't know what you're talking about with the dog. Look if you
okay, if here's this.
I just think it's wild. This is kind of like what's this? What we're looking at now?
This matter is before the court's petitioner request to close the hearing scheduled on Thursday, October 16th to the public. This is the sittings of every court of this state are public. Of the statute allow exceptions for witness exclusion, divorce cases, and certain criminal matters, but stalking injunctions are not included in this narrow list, which the Utah State Legislature established at its discretion. All stalking injunctions deal with the safety and privacy issues. Let me go grab this other one here with the rest of it. Just had to get all of it in one. Matter of fact, it's a little bit blurry, but we'll just, yeah, here we go. We'll just open it up in this other page right here. So here's the whole thing here. Okay. So this is why she's mad. All stalking injunctions deal with the safety and privacy issues, and the court is not convinced this matter should be treated differently when the legislator did not specifically provide an exemption. The presumption is openness to allow the public access to court proceedings to preserve transparency and public confidence in the justice system. The court intends to enforce all rules of the decorum and civility to maintain order and assure the parties a fair proceeding. For those reasons, the request to close this hearing is denied, dated 14th day of October. So 2 days later, she canceled the hearing. She dropped it.
Yeah, because obviously she saw the writing on the wall that the fuck judge was like, was it going to rule in her favor? And there was no evidence.
Who else stands behind her here?
Who?
Jen Coffendorfer. I am so very sorry, my friend. So very sorry. If there's anything I can do for you, Lauren's story below. Stalking, self-defense.
Wasn't this lady literally stalking the house of Fairview with like a little hood and glasses? And she like,
went up and knocked on their fucking door and ran off with a fucking thing over her head.
Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, I
really?
can't. God, you people are gonna make it worse for me. It's like, I can't stand that lady. Ever since the Sebastian case, I can't stand that lady. It was just clown show that she did on that case. Complete fucking clown show. You know? I think that woman, I don't think does any research, honestly. And it's embarrassing. It's so fucking embarrassing. Like, I really am embarrassed about actually being like, oh, Coffendorfer is, you know, she knows what she's doing. Just embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. If I could strike anything from the internet, I would fucking strike that shit off the internet. Like, can I erase the moments where I thought Coffendorfer was a credible person? Please, God. One request to wipe off the internet. That would be it. Oh my fucking God.
Well, I think I'm going to close this out and then go over to the Hive sidebar.
I might
be, for a little bit, and talk about everything else. You know, go over there and chit chat about everything else and Beach, and I got to respond to some stuff, and you know what I mean. Let that be that, and keep it moving.
I get it, but you know,
her numbers. Yeah, it's 3 hours. We've been on here 3 hours, and I got to go get something done. I got to, you know what I mean, take care of something real fast, and then I'm free the rest of the night.
Yep. You have a good one. Bye.
You too. We'll talk to you later. Thank you for hanging out, guys. I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to get off here for right now and head on over to the Hive sidebar so we can get some other stuff done and some reactions done. BJ, I'm coming for you, baby. The Hatter's Madness says, thank you for deep diving this, Queen. You're welcome, baby. And we're going to continue to keep deep diving on it. We are going to go to the Hive sidebar and respond to this cellulitis ass trash bag, and we will continue this later. I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. QB